and you're thinking to yourself, how do I do always wear my dad's suits? I don't even know how to tie a tie. Do you want a secret? This is actually a true story. Welcome to Suit It Up. This is a show I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you a sec the story, okay? Welcome to the show. This is a show we do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we bring on some of your favorite streamers, personalities from around the internet, anyone and everyone who has a great story to share. So if you've ever wanted to get to know your favorite streamer some more, if you wanted to in vain spam their name for top badge and say, hey, so-and-so for top badge, I can promise you this is probably the place to pretend to do that and think that it matters so it can go to an abyss of hopes and dreams. But here's the thing that I was going to tell you. Here's the thing I was going to tell you about about these ties is I've been getting so it's not a clip-on. For those of you who are like, oh, it's a clip-on. So here's the thing. I was at the good old Men's Warehouse, obviously. It's where you feel like you're going to look great, right? I was at the good old Men's Warehouse, and he was like, oh, no, you've been, what size neck you've been getting? I was like, I'd like to get 15 and a half. He's like, you need like a 16, 17 at least. And I'm like, why is that? And it occurred to me, I never button this top button. I just shove it together and pray that it like looks neat. So anyway, the point is I don't ever like clip the tie or clip. I'm sorry, don't like button the top button. So anyway, I always did it so I don't choke myself. But I do know how to tie a tie. And maybe in one of these episodes I'll teach all of you to tie a tie. But not today, because all of our guests today are going to look great. Who are these guests that I speak of on the good old Suited Up Day? Well, today we have three fantabulous ones. The first one that's coming up, her name is Alexia. And now be careful to turn off all of your Amazon products because we may accidentally order you some suspenders or a new refrigerator. You really don't know how the conversation will go, and I am more than likely to say Alexia more than once during the conversation. After Alexia, we're going to be joined by a studly person. She goes by Don Stud. Don Stud's going to join. I'm going to find out about the relation to Muffin and how I can meet the Muffin Man, potentially. That was a compound pun. And then for our last guest this evening, we have Nola504, who wants to let you know about their area code. Maybe they're proud of it. Maybe they want you to mail them something. Maybe they want you to mail them all those hopes and dreams for top badge. Who knows? I don't know. I think it's good. I love the support. It's good to see her. I basically turned into a mean joke, which I shouldn't, because I know you care. I care too. Welcome to the show. All right, so at this time, Alexia, will you please request the box? Now, while we do these conversations, you may notice a dragon could even roll by. 2 dragons could roll by, and I will not react. I will not even say thank you. Is it because I'm just ungrateful? Absolutely. But in addition to that, it's because we're doing these conversations, all right? And these conversations sometimes get personal. Sometimes we talk about people who put in milk before their cereal. And we can't interrupt someone like that to thank a dragon, okay? These are serious topics that are personal, and we need to make sure that they're treated with respect. So, on that note, everyone, please put a round of applause together for our first guest this evening, up late, Miss Alexia, coming into the box. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
So great to see you.
I'm a little nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. Thank you for the roses.
Is it because you think I might pass out because I showed you how I tight my tie?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Too many eyes. I'm like, hello?
Well, it's all right because for now, it's you and I in a very platonic, way, interview style. Anyway, all right, welcome to the show. Your name's Alexia. I'm Chris. This is Suited Up. We're going to get to know you a little bit so that all the wonderful people down here can favorite you and follow your streams, but also get the inside scoop of who you really are. Ooh. Now, I know that you have a goal of being an entertainer. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Entertainer. What type of entertainer would you classify yourself currently? Not maybe what you aspire to be, but currently, what would you classify yourself as in terms of an entertainer?
Honestly, I would say I'm a little bit of everything. I don't really specify in a specific genre.
Okay.
I would like to say that my streams do consist of a little bit of reality TV / Jerry Springer sometimes. You know, it gets messy. It does get messy a little bit. but it's quite entertaining. I can't lie.
Like,
Can't.
like dating your cousin?
I
Jerry
have
Springer?
had some people in the box with some quite,
Wow.
some
That's
stories.
half the CTV right there. Okay.
Absolutely.
Why would you classify your show or your stream as like a Jerry Springer though? Is this a common thing that you invite people into the box? Is that your style? Do you like to get to know people? What is your style?
I definitely love to give advice as much as I can. Like I said, stories definitely do get wild, and I am by no means a fucking expert, but I do love to give my opinion and my best opinion, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. Probably wholesome family content that's good for the whole family, right? That kind of good content. That's always good for the family, right? No. So let's talk a little bit more about you and how you even got started. Did you always know that you wanted to be an entertainer? Was this always just the goal?
Actually, no, I was quite very, very shy, believe it or not. I ended up downloading it one day and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with meeting different people and just having the connection with people all over the world and making new friends. It's been a blessing. Absolutely.
Wow. Well, what's the motivating factor, right? Because no one just downloads the app thinking, hey, I could be a live streaming star. Maybe these days, now that there's more of a live streaming awareness. But for you, why did you download it?
I actually downloaded it. Believe it or not, I was scrolling through my phone one day and I came across the app like it was just like it kept popping up. Like I kept seeing, what's it called? Like just promotions over the
Sure.
app. I was like, wow, what is this? Like, let's just download it, see what it's about. And I did. And like I said, I absolutely fell in love with the app. It's a great community, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I tried to hint on this a little bit when I asked you about your experience in entertainment, but now I'm going to really dig at it here. You had experience as an entertainer prior to the platform, correct?
I did.
Okay. Can you give us the earliest example of you being a performer or an actress, an artist of some sort?
Well, I would say I used to host community events. I used to host back in Canada. I used to host like live entertainment shows.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I used to go on TV and just host for the Portuguese community, and it was really fun. Like I did it. I started off when I had just turned 15, and then I did it for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
15 years old, organizing community events. That's a born leader. Hey, everyone, if you're just joining, this is Alexia. She's our first guest on Suited Up. If you have not, make sure you give her a favorite. I got to understand this. At 15, I was still slinging Pokemon cards and sitting at the anime table at lunch. You're over here organizing community events. What brought you to that? Was there something that happened in your life where you made aware that there was a need for it?
Believe it or not, they came to me for because I speak 4 languages. They wanted me as a young representative for the Portuguese community, and so that's why they asked me to go.
Wow, 4 languages. Holy smokes. I'm lucky if I can even speak English on here. I mean, most people wouldn't even believe it by the end of the episode. But you speak 4 languages. It's incredible. What is your first language?
My first language is actually Portuguese.
Really?
Yeah, followed by English, French, and then Spanish.
Wow. And those probably all came into play then with organizing these events. And I can only imagine, we'll touch on this in a little bit here, how it's able to reach multiple audiences while broadcasting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So 15, you're organizing the events. What comes after that? Because I know there's still a few things that we haven't touched on here, even entire talents that you haven't spoiled yet.
I mean, what happened after that? I attended, what's it called? I would attend different events. I would travel throughout Canada. Fun fact about me, I used to play for the Portuguese community. I used to play in an orchestra band. So I played for 10 years.
Ding, ding, ding. I was like, come on, I know you're a musician. Why are you holding this out? What instruments do you play?
I play the clarinet, the sax, the accordion, the snare, the drums. Yeah.
What? where it just seems like education and being multifaceted is just instilled in you. Who put this? I mean, was it you? Were you just a kid and you said, I need to know a lot of things? Or did you have parents or grandparents, a person in your life that was pushing this?
Believe it or not, it was all me. My family actually didn't want me to play music. They didn't want me to go out there and stuff like that. They were very, very reserved. And so I just decided at 13, I was like, nah, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go out and do it by myself. And I joined and I absolutely loved it. It was a community that, you know, I got to grow within and, you know, I got to practice my languages as well. So yeah, I absolutely love it.
What inspires you as a musician? Do you still do it to this day? Is that behind you?
I do. I actually don't play in the band right now, but I do still play music. It's something that definitely calms me down and makes me feel like myself, if that makes sense.
Mm.
But yeah, I do definitely love playing music. I also compose music a little bit. Used to write music, but not as much for the band. But yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
it.
Nothing takes the edge off like going home and playing the clarinet, right? Just
Oh, my
like you do, like everyone does. Perfect. No, I mean, who would guess that, right? I mean, you basically have your inner Squidward being channeled, which is pretty cool.
Squidward was my middle name. Not even gonna lie.
Really, Alexia Squidward Flower? I can only say Flower is what I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So played in this orchestra, many instruments. At any point, did you consider taking on a career as a musician?
I didn't. That's one thing I never really wanted to do. I loved it as a passion, but I didn't want to do it professionally because, you know, sometimes when you mix profession with something that you enjoy, sometimes you don't enjoy it as much. But yeah, I just figured that I would stick to it and do it more as like a hobby, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So fast forward, here you are now. What's the state of your life? You know, let's go ahead and let's remove the app. All right, get a little personal. Do you find time with friends, family outside of that? Are you thinking about doing school, traveling anywhere?
I actually am going to school for real estate. I'm planning on going back to Canada, finishing up my real estate career out there. But right now, I never leave the house. I live in California, but I'm like, I hardly ever go out, to be quite honest.
Interesting. Because anyone who tuned in with Alexia at the beginning of the conversation on Suited Up, which is every Wednesday at 9 p.m., first guest, you mentioned that you're from Canada. How did you make your way over to California? We missed that part of the story.
Actually, I moved to Cali. I was going to study real estate out here. And then the whole, what's it called? I actually didn't go through with it. I ended up staying out here and started working out here and whatnot. And that was pretty much it.
What happens where you get I mean, you did the hard part. You transferred from an entirely different country. Granted, it's a hat, but you transferred all the way to the United States and you get here and you're like, meh, what happened?
Literally, I went and I was like, you know what it is schooling was very, very different out here. I didn't really enjoy it as much.
How's it different? How is it different?
The people were just very, how do I say it? I don't know. The people that were teaching us were just not as caring about their students, if that makes sense. Like if you'd go for some advice, they just wouldn't teach you. They would just, I don't know how to say it. Like they would tell you rather than teach you how to do it, if that makes sense.
Sure. They would say, not show.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fair. And maybe you're more tactile, kinetic learner. Got it. You need to be hands-on doing it. You needed to actually sell a house to learn it.
Exactly.
I don't know that they teach that. I've seen a lot of YouTube ads for people who try that kind of stuff, but I think you may also lose all your money in the process. So don't do one of those. Okay. So now you're in California still. You are going back to Canada?
I am. Yeah.
You are. And you're going to sell people Arctic land. No, because Canada's really not even that cold, is it?
Maybe an igloo or two, you know?
One or two. You're gonna sell igloos? You may capture the whole market. That is an idea. That's $1 million idea. You can be Alexia, igloo real estate specialist.
That'd be great.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Give me a little write off on that for the business idea. But
Definitely give you credit for it. I'll say I got it here first.
I love it. Long-term vision aside, the here and now is that you are a broadcaster. And is this what takes up most of your time?
It is, absolutely. I definitely try to stream for at least 6 to 8 hours a day, as much as I can. But yeah, it is, right now it is one of my full-time that I do for stream. Yeah.
Sure. So permission to throw you some hardball questions. Like, we're good? We're good here? Okay. No, because this is the hot take. This is the hot seat. Because if you're streaming for 6 to 8 hours a day, would it be fair to call this like your current profession? This is your means. Yeah. And there's many different perspectives on streaming as an income source. Some people, seem to be jarred by that idea that it's not supporting of the community if you don't convert and gift out. What is your take or your perception on streaming as an income source or as a career?
I mean, honestly, I would say that you definitely do. I do give back. I give back as much as I can. So, for example, in my stream, for every 10K, I do give back as much as I can to any lucky winner in the stream. It keeps the stream going. As much as, like I said, I do the stream for myself and stuff.
Don't worry, the comments will not roast you. Speak freely.
No, I'm not. I'm really nervous.
I can see. This is old Chris Casper. I took a nap. I can see you want the affirmation right now, but don't worry, because this is the honest take, right? Like this is a real thing that I think you can help people be comfortable with. There's a negative stigma around people who stream as a means, but the truth is that there's many people who do it. They just kind of feel guilty based on the social stigma. I think you're a great example who someone has a balance of doing it as a means, but also is able to be intertwined with the community. So there isn't a right or wrong way to stream. There really isn't. And I think that right now is an excellent opportunity, if you feel comfortable, to shed some light on the idea that, hey, streaming doesn't just have to be 100% give back.
That's true. That is true. Absolutely. I agree. I absolutely agree.
Cool. I'll speak for you then. I'll speak for you. There you go.
I'm so nervous.
Well, I said it was going to be a hardball. Could you imagine the world where I say, hey, can I ask you a difficult question? You're like, yeah, not today, Chris.
Yeah, not today. No.
I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Now, on the easier topics, though, obviously the monetary aspect is a piece of all this, but I'm sure along the way you've made some friends and some connections.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that. Has there been anything especially significant or any moments where you realized like, wow, this is a lot more than just emojis and so for Top Badge?
Yeah, I've met some amazing people on here. I've met some of my bestest friends, some of my most long-term friends, believe it or not. I actually, one of my longest relationships was through live streaming. I met them through live stream. So yeah, I definitely do think that there's a lot more to it than just live streaming. Like I said, the community is great, but you also get to meet some of the most genuine, sincere people on the app.
Sure. I mean, talk to us a little bit about something, because it sounds like someone achieved the impossible, which is they made a romantic connection through streaming, because I think there's sometimes some difficulty there bridging the barrier of being in the chat to capturing someone's authentic attention. Was there something about this person, or I guess you don't even have to speak to your past, maybe in the future, something that you look for in someone who's trying to capture your attention, or qualities of a person that interest you?
I definitely look for someone that's genuine, and I think that someone who's consistent and who shows sincere respect. And yeah, absolutely. What's it called? I met this person. How it all started was because I don't know. It was just something caught my eye, and they were kind of a streamer, and then you kind of get to know them a little bit more and whatnot. But yeah, no, I got to meet them, and sometimes streaming, you could see someone on stream, but as well as off of stream, get to learn them a little bit better and to compare. And some people are the same, some people aren't, and just felt to be the same. But yeah.
I think you handled that question very well. I won't dig into your ex. Don't worry. You're
Yeah,
safe.
I know. Like,
You're like, Chris. You're safe. I promise. But in the future, hey, that means that maybe the DMs are open. Hey everyone, welcome to Suit Up. This is our guest Alexia. She's our first one. We do this show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And if you are, I wasn't talking about me. I'm talking. This is the favorites. Lord, I'm sweating now.
you're telling me.
No, I do this with every guest. It's to help get the favorites for you. I'm doing my job. All right. Anyway. Are there any last things that you'd like to plug, say, that you have top of mind that you'd like to share with the audience?
So I actually have a new show that I am working on. I'm planning on launching it next week on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's basically a spin-off of Don't Forget the Lyrics. It's to give back to the community as well. It's going to be it's a little show basically where you play, you have different categories, different genres, and you got to sing along to the tune and guess the rest of the lyrics. If you get it, you pass to the next stage. If you don't, that's it. You get 3 chances and 3 backups, and yeah, you get the chance to win a final prize at the end of the game.
Which is bragging rights, right? Right.
I would say.
Bragging rights. Perfect. Absolutely. And everyone should follow her example when it comes to any types of things like that, which is always getting bragging rights. Perfect. Well, that sounds like a great show. I definitely am going to have that on my radar to look out for. When can people see that if they'd like to see more content about Not Forgetting Lyrics?
It's every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
9 p.m. Eastern time every Thursday. Excellent. And for anyone who would like to watch a live stream, when are you generally live?
I stream every day from 5 p.m. until midnight.
Excellent. Okay. Well, if you'd like, everyone, make sure that you hit the favorite button on Alexia. She's out here in California for just a little bit longer. She's going back to Canada. She's going to sell some igloos and in the process sing some songs. So check her out. Get her the favorite. Thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been an eventful conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. My name's Chris, everyone, and this is a show that we do live every week, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I've done it for a few years, and I hope that you enjoy the content that you see today, which is mostly trying to get myself out of sticky situations. Gold loves gold records. Goldschlick, something like that. He's got a nice house. Thanks for the carpet. Appreciate it. We're not talking to a guest right now. That's super generous of you. But in case you're wondering how this all works, well, we have 3 guests every week, which I'll bring them on, and we discuss things that are going on in their lives. Potentially sticky situations that I've got to get myself out of talking about, which is totally fun. It's half the reason you should watch this show, to see how far we fall and where we can climb back to, of course. Today on the show, we have Alexia, Don the Stud, and one more guest, and he goes by Nola 504. I needed to remember the numbers. It's the 5, the O, and the 4. Tricky. In this case, though, everyone, we have Don the Stud coming to the box. They're going to talk to us a little bit about all the shows they've been featured on and why they're finally making it here, as well as some of the more personal life situations that have been bubbling up and happening. So please know that while we have these conversations, I truly do appreciate the comments. So does every guest. We also appreciate the gifts, but we're not able to acknowledge them out of courtesy and respect to the conversations and topics that we're going over. So on that note, everyone, please welcome our second guest of the evening, Miss Don Stud, in the building, the building box. Love. It's so good to see you.
Oop. What's up, Chris?
I feel like we cross paths all the time, and this was so overdue. It was very overdue.
Yeah. I see you around everywhere. I come to your DJ sets.
I don't know.
man.
I don't know what you're talking about because this is about you right now. Don, welcome to the show. You are a beloved community member. How long have you actually been a part of the live streaming community?
Maybe 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah, like
I thought you've been here like years. Like I was born and you were already on here. Like it was just you were already on the app. No, how
I
long
want to
does
say
it,
almost 5 months actually. Yeah.
how long does it feel like for you?
For me, the streaming part of it, it feels about that long. I started off as a gifter on the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just grew. Yeah. Wow.
Humble.
So you started as a gifter. Just to dive right into it, how did you find out, and which platform are you on?
I'm on POF.
You're on POF. Okay. Now POF's known to have a certain service attached to it. Was that your case? Did you join for that reason?
That is why. Yes.
So
I was
4
trying to
months
catch
ago.
a fish.
There's many of them in the ocean, I hear.
There are. I tried to catch a fish on January 22nd.
Specifically. So that's the day that you downloaded. No, that would be 4 months. It has been way more than 4 months since January, Don.
Yes, but the streaming part, about 4.5, 5 months.
Okay, so January 22nd, you downloaded. Was there something significant that happened January 22nd?
No, I just was like, we was in the pandemic. You couldn't go out, meet people. A lot of people here moved away, so social life was non-existent.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good reason to download it, to be able to network and see who else is out there. So when it comes to what you were looking for, would you say that things have changed for you since you joined this platform? Has it changed your perception of the dating world, or do you now kind of have dating on the back seat?
Exactly. Dating is on the back seat.
What's in the driver's seat then? What's going on there?
So, on a journey, fit and healthy journey. So that has taken precedent over dating.
The fit and healthy journey. Okay,
Yes.
I can respect that a lot. In fact, I was just talking about. I took a nap because I haven't been eating and been working out. So you're doing the same thing. How long have you been on your fitness journey?
It's been 5.5 months.
5.5 months. Did something specific happen where you said, "Hey, I gotta do something"?
Yeah, I would say so. It was just time to get healthy, start working out, change my eating habits, like a lifestyle change. Not just a diet or a fad diet, but a complete lifestyle change.
Yeah. Did you ever have like a crutch food? Mine's cereal. I'll slam some cinnamon toast crunch without blinking. Like, it's just the business, right?
It was everything sugar. Anything that had to do. I was addicted, highly addicted to sugar.
Really? Yeah,
Yes.
I can relate. I mean, like I said, cinnamon toast crunch. I don't know if it gets more sugar cereal. They make sugar smacks. It has sugar in the title, I guess. But
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So how do you feel though? I mean, 5 months is a good amount of time. Do you already feel like you're noticing some changes?
Yeah. I'm actually, as of yesterday, down 65 pounds.
Wow. Congratulations, Don. And chat, everyone, make sure you're hitting that favorite on Don. Hitting some goals. How does that feel? I mean, honestly, I'm sure it feels good, but how does that actually feel?
It feels, well, you don't really notice it. And you notice that your clothes are getting bigger and you're getting more roomy. But then when they measure you at the doctor's office is when you're like, oh shit. 7 months.
That one can pass. That one can pass. It's a big deal. I know, because that's an honest reaction.
That was the honest answer. I'm like,
I know. I got you. I got you. No, this was good. This was good.
Yeah.
Skylar's in the comments. She's like, I already told her not to.
Right. She did. But I told her it was gonna be hard.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
all over the place here. I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
But
it's great.
what's your goal with it all? Because it's one thing to say, hey, I just want to get healthy, but to do what you've done, you have to have a goal in mind. Is there what's your goal?
My goal is 250 is my goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you put it down, you put it out there, having a specific number that holds you accountable, and that's really admirable, because it's tough to make changes, especially in the environment that we've been in with the pandemic. It's tough. It's very tough. Has that kind of helped some of your dating confidence?
Well, you know, I've always been a little confident. You know, Don Stud, Don Juan. You know, that's where get that little acronym. So I never had a problem in that area. But boy, I don't know. I'll probably be something else, Chris.
She said, "Hold on, I'm coming for him." What? For educational purposes, you said I am confident. I am Don Stud. What does that mean?
It's you know, Don Juan, the romantic, you know, he could like romance person, a lady, you know, make her heart melt.
Sure.
I have those are all, yeah, I'm all those qualities. So I added that. And then of course the LGBTQ community, I'm a stud. So Don Stud. That's right.
It sounds like Don saying you could spit some game. It was the pause. She's like, do you have a signature like move or a signature thing you say? Is there any Don signatures you could pass along?
Just really, the best advice is just be you. Be authentically you.
Yeah.
And it works every time.
Yeah.
Just you.
Even reflecting back on what you just said, you said, I've got a weight loss journey, things were, need to get under control, but I've always been confident. That's not something I hear too often. And I think it's really important that we double back to that, because how did you find your confidence, or what do you believe is special? Because it sounds like you've been able to compartmentalize some of the exterior, but also that honest feeling of yourself, which is a beautiful thing. How are you doing that? And what was it that you were recognizing?
Being friends with people that had been fat shamed, and they're talked about and down talked about their weight, and I've never let people get in my head like that when it came to my size or my weight. I've always set up high, held my head up high, and because people that really support me, that are in my life, they give you that encouragement, they give you that support. And anybody that ever knew me always would say, like, you so confident, like you don't let, what I'm saying, people fat shame you. People fat shame you in your family even, and you just rise above. And I did this change for me, not for what anybody else said, not for what anybody had to say. It was my choice. I did it for me. I walk in my life for myself, not for other people.
Yeah, that, and I think that's something that you were fortunate to be able to draw on. I think a lot of people, where they have that disconnect, is you have a really good system, at least, and that's a great thing. I'm happy that you have that. What's your advice maybe to someone who wants to discover or ignite that spark for themselves to get on that path to confidence, or to feel good about themselves, no matter size, shape?
Well, you have to. First thing important is self-love. You have to have self-love. And you have to be your biggest support. Like, you have to push yourself, and that's not anybody else's job. Once you realize your happiness is your job and it's for you, it changes your perspective of things. And it's like in my stream, we talk about relationships, we talk about changing, food habits. I haven't eaten red meat in 20 years. So we speak about that. We talk about relationship. We talk about, I even do like fitness streams. Like yesterday, my stream was about, I did an hour stream in the pool to show people different water aerobics that they can do. So, you got to change mind, body, and spirit. And keep it moving and go.
Yeah, I definitely follow. And speaking of follow, if you want to be able to catch some of these streams and learn about this confidence and the antics, red meat, getting away from it, make sure that you hit the favorite button on Don Stud. All right, we haven't even touched the live streaming aspect of all this because you have made your way into a lot of the community. Would you say that there's any particular families that you're part of or any streams that you're associated? Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, TSA, flying high, you know. This is my family. You know, the Travel Bay, Top Badge Travel Bay. I don't know if you guys, you know, I'm sure everybody
I've never
knows.
heard of her, actually.
You never heard of her? Oh, yeah. Oh, she's awesome, but she's the leader of the group, and I found my way into that stream. And I haven't left. And we support each other. I love it. You know, we support each other. It's genuine support and love, and that's what I gravitate to when I'm on the app.
Okay, I want to kind of check out something here because part of your story, there's a little bit of gap that I'm interested in. You said that you didn't start streaming until about 4 months ago, but you had been a gifter for a long time, and you're Don Stud, you know, the confident one. What kept you from going live?
You know, I wasn't interested in it, but you know what? I was in everybody's box. I did not have a problem hitting the date box. I didn't have a problem hitting the guest box. And they were like, why don't you stream? And I'm like, sure. Why not?
You're like, I guess I could. It just didn't occur to you. That's so interesting. Why wasn't it interesting to you? I mean, you see the people getting the favorites, you see the people getting the diamonds. Most people's immediate reaction is, I want that. How do I get that? But that was not your reaction.
No. I enjoyed gifting and the reactions that I get when I gift. So that was more important to me.
Wow. That's the most authentic sense of it, really. Where you're saying, I'm so cool with just seeing the other people happy that I don't need it for myself. Wow. Very cool. What's the future for you? I mean, you're obviously doing this journey. You're going to continue streaming. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to?
No, I want to push myself a little bit further with streaming more. I wouldn't say particularly like the last lady, you know, 6 hours every day, but I do want to do it more. I want to do it more. I want it to be something that you click on and you stuck and you want to watch this and you want to see this. I want to get to that point. Of course, more faves, you know, of course, more diamonds, girl's best friend, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like it. And to get to know you a little bit outside the stream, because we know some of it. What are some of your hobbies? I mean, what do you like? Do you have anything that you do in your spare time?
So I love playing cards. I'm addicted to spades. I love playing online spades. That is like my bad habit.
What is spades? Like, is it a betting game or?
No, so Spades is a card game. It's you and 3 other people. You have a partner, and you two are trying to make books or even make sure that the other person don't get their books. Yeah.
In the Midwest, we call this euchre.
You're right.
Yeah, we call it euchre where I'm from. Yeah. No, that's a great game. We like to play that one too. So where do you play spades or euchre online? Is there like a community?
Online, yeah. It's an app. It's on my phone, and I play it from there. I used to play it on Yahoo long time ago. I used to have Yahoo Spades, but you know that's no more. So it's just an app, and I play on there a few hours a day. So it's very interesting.
Yeah,
and it's rating based. It's based on your ranking. So your highest ranking is 100%. So I'm a 90 right now. Woo! I hate that. Yeah.
You hate that you're good?
No, I fell asleep a couple times. I was a little tired, and you lose a lot of points when you abandon the game. So
You can only imagine. You're like just one more game. I know. Have you ever had your phone hit your face while you're
yes,
in bed?
yes, yes.
But
I have definitely. I have.
Don, we could laugh all night. I love talking with you. Before we wrap things up, though, as always, I love to give the floor to the guest. And is there anything that you want to promote, talk about, share, things that people should be aware of about you that we haven't had the opportunity to touch on yet?
Well, I mean, you're looking at me. I'm 43, not 40 as 41 as the app says. So I'm looking good for my age. If you want to know the secret to that, step on over to my stream and I'll tell you, and you'll learn and find out. I love film.
3. I thought you were like 20, maybe like 20 something.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. Yeah. I love film, so we watch films sometimes in my stream and we dissect them, talk about them, break them down. We have fun, exchange meaningful dialogue, and it's a good time over there.
I think you were sleeping on streaming way too long. Not literally. Please don't do it literally. But,
Okay,
like figure of speech. You were sleeping on it. You were meant to do this streaming thing.
You're right.
Good.
I'm in here.
If you have not yet, I will keep reminding you, please favorite Dawn Stud. She does go live. She has wonderful things to say, great life advice, motivating and confident person. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I had a great time talking with you.
You too.
Definitely. So, cheers. And my name's Chris. If this is your first time here, welcome to the show. We do this every Wednesday, 9 p.m. She's like, all right. It's like, I will not exit you unless I need to. Welcome to the show, though. My name's Chris. We do this thing every Wednesday, 9 p.m., where we bring on guests, we talk with them, we learn about... I didn't ask her about the muffin thing. That was so important. It's too late. The stud muffin. Why? Yeah, the stud muffins. It was there the entire time. I forgot. Anyway, if you could check my Instagram out sometime, I'd really, really appreciate it. I do post frequently to my story. I don't post to my grid. Do people see? I don't know about you, but I'm petrified to post to my grid because every time I do it, I lose followers. People are like, "Oh, I'm following that guy," and then I get axed, and I'm like, "No, it's terrible." So anyway, that's why I don't ever post. Also, I'm going through a body transition myself. So maybe I could give you like really close face selfies like that. I don't know. Maybe. That's not good posting. Anyway, enough of that. If you're interested, you'd ever like to say hi, go into my requested inbox for eternity. Go ahead and click my name up here. Go ahead and shoot the follow. Would love to connect with you. In the meantime, though, a special thank you to the gifters so far that we've had this evening. Gold Loves Music coming in the #1 spot. Actually, let's do reverse. Top 10 so far tonight. We've got Scottish King, Highlights, Japan. Congratulations, Japan, on that new show, by the way. Make sure you're checking out Japan's new show. Jilly Baby, Ricky, Angie, I don't know this guy. More Miserable, and Gold Loves Music. Thank you so much to all the people so far who have dropped some gifts, given some comments. I've been seeing this like Celtic emoji. I'm not sure what this thing is, but I heard that we've got a third guest this evening, highly anticipated. Okay, he goes by Nola 504. 504. All right, and it's coming to the box. He's requesting it right now. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining. I hope you've enjoyed some of the conversations, possibly found a new favorite streamer to check out. But in the meantime, before you go run off to their stream, let's get to know our last guest this evening. He's coming to the box. He's got all the support. The one, the only. How many jets are gonna fly? Nola.
What's going on, Chris? How you doing out here, my guy? What's going on?
I'm great. I was anticipating carpets and everything. That's right.
Oh, oh no, we saved that for other times. We don't do that right now. We're gonna chill out for the night. We're not gonna do all that.
Not gonna flex in front of me. No.
Yeah, we don't want to flex one time. We don't want to flex. We don't want to do that. We put on our ties tonight. We gonna.
You look great.
And I tried to match your fly. I tried to, do a little something, like, have that bread at the tie tonight, all the flags on it, to rep everybody.
Yeah. So, is there significance behind? I mean, I can tell they're flags, but it's very small here. What's the significance of it, or is there a particular reason you went with that tie?
It looks good.
It does look good.
Yeah. I thought it really looked nice, with the colors and everything. So I just went with this one, because I thought it looked nice. So I'm like, with the flags and everything, like, people might really like this. This is where they're from. This is their places. This is where they live.
Yeah.
So that's
I wasn't quite sure because it was a little bit small in my device, so I couldn't tell what flags were there. But that's very cool. Thank you for being fashionable on the occasion tonight. So Nola, you had a lot of support, a lot of people requesting for you to be on this show. I gotta think, have you been doing this like forever? Are you a relatively new streamer?
I mean, I wouldn't say a relatively new streamer. I've been streaming since the pandemic started, when things kind of got, out of hand. So I kind of found the app, POF. I found POF, with all the headlines and everything. It was like, oh, we have this live feature, come check us out. So I was just like, what is this? So, I just so happened to come check it out and everything. And, now we're here. So it's, been like almost a year and a half now that I've been, streaming and everything. And it's been, an amazing journey, most definitely.
In the world of live streaming, that is like veteran level. If you've been streaming more than a year, you've been around at this point. It's just how things work. What excited you about this thing? I mean, did you feel like you were making friends? What got you to commit and stick with it for so long?
It was the people who pretty much support me. They always pretty much kept me around the app. I've had my times, just like anybody else, where you kind of get tired, you get kind of aggravated, you want to give it a break, just leave. But it's times where the people support me, and everybody that comes to my streams and everything, they give me words of encouragement, like you have good positive vibes. People like coming to your stream, they like talking to you. You're a good streamer, and like sometimes I'm like, I'm just Nola. I'm here. I like to talk to people. I like good vibes. I like to have a good time. And I like to laugh. That's it. I like to smile and laugh. So that's about it. But up until then, pretty much everybody around me is like, push me to be a top badge. Like, I mean, since the requirements were 1 million diamonds and 7,000 favorites. So it's been, quite some time, but, we never stopped pushing for the goal. And yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that with many people, like when you first start. Well, if you download POF, you think, hey, maybe I could find that with one person, right? Like that's kind of like the goal. But then it gets turned on its head because you start broadcasting to tons of people. Had you ever had experience with public speaking or being in front of people like that?
I haven't. When I came to this app, it was my first time. I was, so hesitant. I was like, I don't know how to think. I don't know what to do. Like, get in front of people and they're just joining. I'm supposed to do what? Like, I'm supposed to sit here and, jump around like a monkey or something. Like, I don't know what to do. So it was different. Like, I never even went live. I never, was in front of a full crowd of people. And if it was, I was in musicals and, back in school, we were playing in a band, choirs and things like that. I might have done a solo. People say I could sing a little bit. I'm just
you do a little singing?
Put it out there. Yeah, I do a little something. I don't want to brag. Might be on the track one day. Just saying, Nola, just check me out one day.
Okay. Is this something that people can see in your live stream?
Oh, most definitely. Those throwback days. You never know when it might come. Anybody who joins my stream at the 10 o'clock, they know. Hey, slow jams all night, we just in here chilling, vibe. Or, nothing like that, of course, but just the slow jam vibes, of course, No,
I wasn't.
Yeah, of course,
you were insinuating anything there. I just get excited and an animated person. Yeah. You do musicals though, so you did have experience being in front of people and performing. Was that just like elementary school though, or?
It was just maybe things I've done, in a kid throughout the years, like church. My mom made me go to church every Sunday, so I was on the drill team. I was in the choir, so some things I was forced to do. I was in a band camp because I'm from New Orleans and NOLA 504, so I was in band camp and we did we were performing in front of a whole crowd. So, you know, it was pretty much, you know, just things I got into when I was younger. When I was older, it was more of the sports and things like that. So, you know, somewhat of a crowd pleaser, but you know, I just like to be me, you know, be Nola.
I mean, he's on POF, and he's saying he went to the choir and band camp. It sounds pretty clean cut. Pretty clean cut gentleman here. Oh, I thought you said POF.
No, I found through POF, like it gave me the little banner, and then I ended up switching over to Meet Me because, you know, just did a whole switch because I couldn't search people, so I'm like, I can't search on POF. Let me just go to Meet Me and search, and you know, but you know,
got it. All right. Yeah. Well, I would put it together now. Got it. Going forward though, with the whole singing thing, is this actually something that you're starting to take serious? Has this platform given you some confidence to actually try and record?
Oh, singing. Yeah, that's more of like just one of my many talents, I would say. I wouldn't even say singing is like something I really look into doing like that. You know, it's maybe something that just comes to mind sometimes, or just a song comes on. I just may want to, you know, just maybe spit a hot 16 or something like that. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say a music career, but you know, if anybody's out there want to sign me, you know, I'm more than happy to, you know, work something out.
He's good with it. What are the other many talents then? Because you said you've got many talents. What are some of them?
I get like, you know, talents. I mean, it's so many of them. Like, you know, it's hard to explain at times. Like,
it's like when you ask someone, did you see the movie? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, what's your favorite part? Oh man, there's so many good parts in the movie.
You know? So many good parts. Like, it's so many good parts. Like, you know, I can sing, I can dance. You know, we can do a lot of things. You know, but one of my many parts is, you know, just I say making people happy, making people laugh. You know, like kind of, you know, being a jokester. Like, you know, that's one of my many talents, I can say. Most definitely.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's already coming through in this conversation. By the way, everyone, if you have not hit the favorite on Nola, make sure that you're doing that. He's our third guest this evening. Whole lot of hype, a lot of support in the comments for him. Let's get our minds around that for a moment. Actually, before we do that, I remember I had a question for you. I want to double back a little bit. You said a phrase. You said, what am I supposed to do? Get up on here and just kind of like talk to people? And you have done very well as far as favorites and monetization goes. What do you tell your friends and family who have nothing to do with live streaming what this is? Like, how do you help them get it?
It's hard sometimes, you know, because it's like it's telling them to live streaming, but then you tell them you're on a dating app. So they're like, you're live streaming on a dating app, like. And it's just like, you know, it's different. It's not like, you know, what you would think, you know, it's almost like, you know, how they do go live on Instagram and go live on Facebook. It's just a little different, you know, where, you know, we meet people and, you know, we do certain things, and it's like, you know, we could say, I tell them like virtual currency is a diamond. So, you know, it's like ways that you can support a streamer. You can support, you know, what somebody's doing every day. You can come out with different types of content. You know, you can pretty much be yourself. If you want to come on here and teach people how to fly kites, you can come on here and teach people how to fly kites. Like, you can pretty much get on here and be yourself. That's the one thing that's, you know, pretty amazing about this app is, you know, they don't really limit you to things, but I mean, maybe some things, but nonetheless, you can be yourself, you know, just be the amazing person you are.
Yeah, I do follow. And as far as the whole POF thing, I'm going to ask you a similar question that I asked everyone else. So you joined POF. Were you looking for anything in particular?
Honestly, to be truthful, I wasn't looking for anything in particular. I know I had the app before, like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe, and I deleted it, downloaded, deleted it back again. And then quarantine kind of happened. So I was like, I'm bored. We can't leave the house. What to do now? So I kind of just downloaded the app back, like just to see who was out there, not even just to look for any type of relationship or anything. And that's when I'm over here, you know, playing my video game, just playing 2K. And then all of a sudden this POF message pops up like, oh, we have live streaming. So I just, you know, kind of started checking it out and started joining live streams. It was so funny when I first started joining, I actually had my first and last name because I didn't register a username yet. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when I was joining, you just reading my whole name out. I'm just like, oh, yeah, we're going to have to change this. Because
could you imagine if you kept your real name as a streamer? Like, who would possibly do something like that? It's ridiculous. So for anyone foolish. Don't do that. Clearly.
No, yeah, no,
Uh,
most definitely.
Anyway, so my name's Chris Casper. So anyway, a little bit of pride. It looks like where you're also from. I mean, you're from Louisiana, New Orleans specifically. Typically, or at least stereotypically, people got a lot of pride about New Orleans. Are you one of those types of people that carries a lot of city pride with the tradition and the culture around there?
Yes, I do. I'm definitely a person who takes a lot in the pride in the city of New Orleans. Anybody talks about New Orleans, anything like that, I definitely, I try to hold it down for my city no matter where I am, I can be millions of miles away, it's still going to be all about New Orleans. New Orleans is just one of the best cities to always be in. I think personally, I'm from there, but it's great. It's a great city with great food, great parties. You'll definitely meet some, great people out there. So I will always, no matter what, it's always New Orleans, it's always the boot. We call it the boot because it's shaped like one. So, just in case we ever got to, boot somebody,
What's something that is overrated? Because there's a lot of things that it's known for. As someone who's local and been there, is there something that you just do not get the hype about? You're like, yeah, everybody talks about this, but it's actually like not even that lit.
Kind of like Bourbon Street. I feel like Bourbon Street it's like Bourbon Street is nice. Don't get me wrong. It's not a, drinks and restaurants, just like anywhere else. But I feel like, you hear New Orleans and people automatically think Bourbon Street. Like Bourbon Street, that's just one street in New Orleans. Like you can go to so many other places. There's a Riverwalk, there's a casino, it's so many things to do around New Orleans that I just feel like you shouldn't just limit yourself to Bourbon Street. You should travel all around the city and see what type of things that you can find and discover, because it's different things around there. So I just feel, as if you shouldn't think about Bourbon Street all the time when you go there.
Now I'm going to sound really ignorant here because I am. Is Bourbon Street where they hold Mardi Gras, or is Mardi Gras all across?
See, and that's another one in a way. So sometimes you think Mardi Gras is all on Bourbon Street in the French Quarters. The Mardi Gras is nowhere. Well, it's near the French Quarters, but it's never on Bourbon Street and it's never in the French Quarters. It's always maybe on Canal Street, a few blocks away. It could be like a whole nother ward that we call like the 8th Ward, the 9th Ward. So it can be, pretty much anywhere. It could be, just in a different location. So when you ever see those beads and the bourbon and, all on the balcony, that's usually just, a lot of drunk people just throwing stuff around, and you might get hit. So just be careful out there around, Mardi Gras time, I'm telling you. I got hit in the head as a kid with beer and beads. It's, not nothing.
It's not fun. Yeah, I think the only thing that I can relate is I saw season 3 of American Horror Story. It's based in New Orleans.
Right, with the witches.
Yeah, Coven.
Yeah.
That's about as close as I've gotten. So I do drink bourbon, though. So there's that. I used to. But yeah, so very cool. Let's get to the last topic of the hour here, though, because you came full force. You have a ton of support in the comments. You said you wanted to build a community. I would argue that you've been successful at it. What do you think it has been about you or your live stream that has had such an appeal and resonance that you've been able to develop a community like you have?
I feel as if I've been able to do that by pretty much being myself. Like one thing they always told me was to be myself and never change. And I feel like, it's just as building and growing around me. I feel like I've never wanted to be the one person. I never want to be the boss. I never want to, my family is NOLA Gang and they call me CEO, but I always tell them I'm just another member of the family. Like I'm just like, everybody else in the family. Because I feel as if, everybody on your team should always be winning. It should never just be, one person. Like, never just one person winning and this person. No, I want everyone to win. So I always felt that, just anybody who supports me and I'll support them back. I always, try to put in my family, even when we started our family was, if you're in a family, you always hold it down for your family. If your family needs you, if your family has goals, if your family is on live, just different aspects of it, then it's always, family first. So I always just, set values around that of staying loyal, staying, committed and, always being true, and also, communicate. Like if you're feeling type of way, you know, you're just not feeling the vibes or something like that, you know, just, you know, speak up. You know, don't ever hesitate to feel like it's a just like anything like that. So I feel like it's important to, you know, be yourself, because a lot of people see who you are. Like at the end of the day, they're gonna see who you are. Your true colors always show at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I felt as if, you know, I can't tell you who I am and was a person, but the people who I surround myself with can tell you that, you know, I'm just a good, humble person, and I like to see my people win just like me. And if I'm doing something in life, I don't just kind of keep it to myself. I want everybody to do it. You know, I took a fitness journey myself about 3 to 4 months ago, and I didn't take it by myself. You know, I took it with my family, Nola Gang. I was like, yo, let's work out. Let's do this. Like, we can all be fit. We can all look good. We can all have next turn in Miami next year. Like, we going to party. Like, let's do this. So I just feel like, you know, it's always good to, you know, support those around you and always be, you know, just true to yourself. That's always, you know, be true. Think about the other side, you know, think about what the other person's doing, because same thing they're doing for you. It's just sometimes do it to give it back to them. You don't always have to reciprocate the same love, but, you know, sometimes people just like the little things. That's all.
Was this something that you were extending from your real life, this whole family, just trust, this loyalty, or was it something that you found here? Because the way that you're speaking about it almost feels like this filled a void of something that you really like knew that you wanted and had the capacity to take on. And what I mean by this is, do you feel like the connections and the people that you've met through this have almost been stronger than some of the connections that you've made in real life? Real life, I should air quote that.
Truth be told, yes. I feel, you know, as if the people in a relationship that, you know, I made on here since I've been here have been stronger than, you know, real life. Like, you know, it's been, you know, pretty crazy to even think about that. I speak to the people on this app more than I speak to the people who even live around me, you know. Like, I speak to the people on this app more than I speak to my own family sometimes. So it's just like, you know, they are my family, you know, like I you know, we say we're gonna be in each other's life forever. And, you know, at times I believe it, like all the time, like, you know, we really, you know, be here forever. Like, it's just, you know, we met on the app, but it's, you know, sometimes it can go beyond the app, you know, like you can literally be friends. Like, you never know, like we say on this app, you never know who you might meet on this app. You might be best friends to the day, you know, you die. Like, it's amazing the relationships that you can make on this app through a phone, through an iPad. You can have nights on here where you just felt like you went to the club, like, but you were really just on live. And it was just one of the most amazing, funniest nights that you would never forget. So
Absolutely.
most definitely.
Well, I'm letting time run out here. Definitely could keep talking. However, I always throw the last question. Last question is always the same, which is there anything that we didn't touch on, anything that's important to you that you'd like to speak on, bring awareness to, involving you, your stream, your personal life? The floor is yours.
I would say, I would always say, you know, kind of what I've been saying this whole time. Don't be somebody that you're not, you know, be who you are, because at the end of the day, people love you for who you are. You know, don't be somebody or try to act like somebody who you're not, because that, because people want to see you win and other people want to win as well. So I say, don't be selfish, you know, think about the other side and think about that, what people do for you. You can't do everything that people do for you, but you can also do something. So I just feel like it's important in life, you know, to just see different values, you know, meet different people, always be, you know, optimistic, always have your mind open to new and different things. I feel like, you know, if I was more guarded, I would have never gotten this app. You know, I would have never, you know, I always think about that every day. Like, if I wouldn't have gotten this app, if I wouldn't have clicked and went live, I would have never met the people who I know to this day. So, you know, it's like a blessing. Everything happens for a reason. So always be thankful for what happens, because you never know the reason it happened. You know, your life is not always going to be what it is right now. Your life is definitely going to change. You know, I always, you know, live by that, and it's saying that don't think your life is going to be like this forever, because it's not. You know, it's all a stepping stone. You're gonna, you know, you're gonna go through things, but you're always gonna win in life. You always just gotta have a positive mindset and always want to better yourself, and always know that, hey, the sky is the limit, and the only person who is in control of your actions is you. Nobody can make you get up and work out but you. Nobody can make you get up and go to work but you. Like, think about it. When you're sitting on your phone going through Instagram, you can get up and go work out. I'm sorry, I tend to say that a lot, you know, sometimes, like, go work out, but that's just something I put in my head. So, you know, I always tell myself, like, what are you doing? Get up and work out. Like, you could be better in yourself right now. So
I'll be doing that later tonight. I hear you talking. I took a nap before all this because I needed to hit it. But yeah, I've committed to those goals, and it's so awesome to hear you speak with such passion about not only yourself but the community and the people that support you. So cheers to you. Thank you so much. By the way, if you have not hit the favorite on Nola, make sure that you're hitting the favorite on him. He's going for that top badge. If you did not notice, some people have been speaking that Nola for top badge. All right, he's already got the chair ready. He's already the vision is there. The vision's there, right? So you're manifesting it. We love that. Thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been excellent getting to know you more and talking.
I appreciate the opportunity. I was, you know, definitely looking forward to it. When I heard the Chris Castro show, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, am I a celebrity now or something? Are we doing something, family? I'm like, hello? Are we here? Hello?
That's nice of you to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, cheers. Cheers. Everyone, make sure that you hit the favorite button on Nola. Again, thank you so much for being on the show. It was excellent.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
See you, Chris. Thank you.
Yo, it's suit up, everyone. It's funny. He said that sometimes he feels like he talks with people on the platform more than he does his own family. This is true fact. Okay, and I've realized this over the past few weeks. When I talk to my mom or my grandma, when they say "love you, goodbye," they say "I'll see you Wednesday." In addition to like the next time we've set up to see each other. So like I'm planning to see my family this Friday. They'll say, all right, I'll see you Friday and Wednesday. And I realized that I've cut off my family so hard that they feel that, hi, Mom, hi, Grandma, hi, Christy. They feel like this is their connection. I'm speaking to you right now. I love you all so much. And I love all of you who have been watching for the past few years. It's so kind of you. My name's Chris. If you'd like to keep up with everything that's going on, you can hit the favorite button up here. I do go live at least once a week. Not very often, about once a week doing this show. If you catch me live streaming, it is a special occasion these days. I was a legit top badge before all this stuff. I was an actual streamer. And these days, I just kind of poke around. You can also catch me on Fridays on The Rundown, where we go over top badge announcements, contest results, things that are up and coming within the community, as well as for example, the VIP announcement that happened last week. So if you missed that, you need to catch that information through The Rundown. You can also catch it in your email, things like that. If you click my name, you'll get a link directly to my Instagram. There you can harass me directly, potentially, if you want. You could try, or you could be like, hey, cool, Ty or whatever. That'd be nice. I appreciate that, yeah. So cheers to you. A big special thank you to our gifters this evening. So let's, for one time, real quick, shout those people out. We got the Bebe coming in at number 10. 9th, Miss Ruby Shoes, who, if you know how to spell, I, to this day, probably spell money with 2 N's, and I spell triple with 2 P's because I cannot. But if you're not in my position, you should check out Ruby Shoes' stream because she does an excellent spelling bee show. Very cool. We've got Ricky coming in at 8. 7th, we have Miss Angie. 6th, we have Hurricane. Emphasis on the cane. In 5th place. 4th place, we have More Miserable. In 3rd place, who you need to check out, by the way. More is live right now with his pet profiles. It's on every week at 10. It's really good content. If you like pets, you like animals, make sure you swipe on over there. In fact, you should probably just do that now. In 3rd place, we have Marielva with that 6,007. And 2nd, thank you so much to Alexia for 2nd gifter this evening. And for our top gifter, again, he just insists on being the boss of the week every week. Gold loves music. Kanye. Gold loves Kanye is actually what he loves. So make sure you check out those people. Give them all a favorite. Much love to each of you. See you next week, if not Friday. And until then, I will see you soon. Okay? Cheers. Take care. Much love.